A few months ago, the bank judged that the risks around the referendum were the most significant near-term domestic risks to financial stability. To mitigate them, the bank has put in place extensive contingency plans. And these plans begin with ensuring that the core of our financial system is well capitalized, is liquid, and is strong. This resilience is backed up by the Bank of England's liquidity facilities in sterling and foreign currencies. And all of these resources will support orderly market functioning in the face of any short-term volatility.
Meanwhile, that hasn't really done anything to stanch the losses in the stocks of some of these banks, which are down double-digit percentage points. For the bank's part, they have come out in full force this morning, saying they have planned for either outcome for months at this point. They're committed to serving their clients and will do so in as orderly a manner possible. And of course, the banks that are headquartered in Germany, in Switzerland, have taken a much tougher tone. CEO John Cryan of Deutsche Bank saying, "I'm afraid this is not such a good day for Europe. At this stage, we cannot fully foresee the consequences, but there's no doubt they will be negative on all sides."
Yeah, the stress test results for Europe's banks are out. These are extremely important in terms of telling us what might happen with our own banks and our own financial future. Adam Shapiro is live from the newsroom with the details. Adam?
Well, and it was the Italian banks that the Europeans and investors are particularly worried about. And the third largest Italian commercial bank, which is also one of the world's oldest, Banca Monte dei Paschi di Siena, actually came out worst in all of the EU bank stress tests. It had minus 2.4% capital ratio. This is well below, obviously, because it's negative, the 7% that they were aiming for. Bottom line is they are the worst of the worst, this bank in Italy.
If evidence were needed that Italy is next up on the risk list, look no further than Monte dei Paschi. Shares in the world's oldest bank were suspended on Monday after falling more than 5%. Bank bonds targeted by a debt-to-equity conversion also fell sharply as retail investors worried about the future of Italy's third biggest bank. The jitters come as the December the 4th referendum on reform, called by the Prime Minister, looms ever closer.
The referendum in Italy, rather than being seen as a referendum on constitutional reform, which technically it is, that many people are just again seeing this as an ability for them to protest against the government.
Matteo Renzi has vowed to resign if he doesn't win the referendum, and opinion polls are predicting he won't.
If he were to resign, potentially could open up another chapter of real disarray. If we were to see more elections, that we could see that the far-right populist party coming in, and they have suggested they could have a referendum about Italy's membership of EMU. Now that could be a big hiccup, of course, for the whole Euro project.
Other Italian banks are also bracing. Between them, they have 556 billion euros of bad loans on their books.